Do you know how to program the EEPROM for the outdoor unit? Do you know how to program the EEPROM for the indoor unit? Do you know what happens when you have a bad EEPROM or a EEPROM that hasn't been programmed and you put it in the board for the indoor or the outdoor unit? What can happen? What are the signs? Today's video is all about EEPROMs and programming. I'm Tad. You're watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. And today I'm excited because there's not a lot of people that use SNET or the tool that is really helpful in the field to technicians like me when you need to program an EEPROM. So let's get started with today's video. But before we do that, hit the like button, hit the bell, ding, so you know what I'm doing, and subscribe. If you have a comment, drop it down in the comment section below. I will answer your question. I love questions because questions lead to content. If you don't have a question, that's perfectly fine. Tell me who you are and tell me where you're from. This is not a members only video, so of course everybody gets this knowledge for free. But if you're interested in members only videos or a guide to help you troubleshoot Samsung equipment that I can send you, click the join button, become a member, join my community, and I will be here to help you. After you join, go down in the comments section, say I joined, I'll give you my email, and then that'll lead to the guide if you need it, or that'll just lead to contact with me so I can help you with your project or give you tech support. What does EEPROM mean? Let's go over that real quick. Electrically erasable, programmable, read-only, non-volatile memory device used to store data information to control another device. Data can be erased and reflashed, programmed with new control data. That's what an EEPROM is. So with this system here, I changed the outdoor board. And when you change a board on a Samsung unit, if you don't order a pre-programmed EEPROM, then you may need to program the EEPROM yourself. So what I want to tell you is how you program the EEPROM for an outdoor unit. So to program the EEPROM for the outdoor unit, you need an SRC file. It's not like the indoor unit programming where all I have to do is go to VRF Coder, I look up the model number for my indoor unit, and then I get a bunch of option codes that I can use to be able to write the option for the indoor unit. The outdoor unit, I need that SRC file, so what I do is I call Samsung Tech Support. When I call Samsung Tech Support, be ready to give them the model serial number so that they can provide you with the right SRC file. And the SRC file is something that you cannot get. You have to actually call tech support. So it's good when you're going to replace a board that you get a pre-programmed EEPROM for the outdoor unit, which usually you will, but if you don't and you have an error code E470, which means there's a problem with your EEPROM, then you may need to call tech support to get the SRC file. And what you do is you call them, give them all serial number, they'll get you the SRC file, and they can send it to your email, and then you can use SNET's program and the tool to be able to write the option. I'm going to show you how to write that option right now with my computer and how we do that, and then we're going to go to what can happen with your thermostat if you have a bad EEPROM or EEPROM that hasn't been programmed properly. Let's go look at SNET right now. So you can see right here, got my COM labeled here, COM3. USB is going into my SNET converter box at the USB RS-232 port, and then I'm coming out of the RS-485 with my coil of wire, and I'm going into my F1 and F2, and this is how I'm able to communicate using the SNET tool and then the program. Okay, we can look right here, it says SNET Pro 2 CAC inverter. You can already see there's populated a bunch of information here, but what I do to write my option, because I had an error code of E470 right there where it says error code, what I do is I go to outdoor EEPROM write. And once I get that SRC file, I go right here and I click the address, and then I go to open option file. And my SRC file is right there. Where was it? It was on my email. So I had to actually take it from my phone, and I had to connect my USB from my USB-C to my regular USB to my computer, and then I dragged the file from my phone to my computer. And what you do is you click that file wherever it is. Mine was on the desktop. Bunch of information comes up, and then you just click write option. And when I did that, this progress went from 0 to 100. It said success, and then my error code went away. So now you know where to get the SRC file. You get that from Samsung. You know that if you don't have a programmed EEPROM, then your unit is going to give you an error code, and you don't need that. Also, now you know that your indoor unit option code, if you haven't seen me write an option code for an indoor unit, by the way, you need to check out my playlist, HVAC Tips for Technicians. I've got a bunch of videos on there where Samsung units were overheating, and I had to input an option code to make it to where it didn't overheat anymore and turn the indoor fan. It was called fan thermo on, I think, or fan thermo off, something like that. And then you've also seen me change fan speeds. So you're able to change fan speeds using this SNET tool. So it's awesome. One really necessary tip that I have to include in this video is anytime you program an EEPROM, restart the equipment's power. Disconnect the power for 15 minutes. That way the capacitor bank will trickle the charge down and lose power completely. And then you'll get a fresh new start, okay? 15 minutes, then power it back on, and your new EEPROM will likely work. You just have to make sure that you restart power so you don't have error codes popping back up, because that can happen. Let's go over error code E470. Did you just replace your outdoor main PCB? Yes. Did you install the EEPROM chip that came with the control assembly? If not, cycle power off and install. Chip must be positioned with the half circle notch aligned with the white dot on the PCB. Power on the unit. The red light will light up and should stay on for 5 to 10 seconds. The LED sequence should then change to normal operation, solid red and flashing green. If main PCB was not replaced, do you have any power issues, spikes, brownouts? Were there any storms in the area? Replace outdoor board and install EEPROM chip. Now this is my indoor unit right here, and that's my thermostat. And sometimes you can see the thermostat setting not able to be controlled properly because the thermostat is acting crazy. And that is because you have an issue with the EEPROM. The indoor unit's EEPROM can be programmed using that SNET tool. If you don't have an SNET tool, you can get a kit so you can use a remote controller. Link in the description for that information if you want to check that out. But you can use a wireless remote controller to be able to program this equipment if you can communicate to it. Now, the SNET tool is probably the easiest way to program, and then the second easiest thing to do would be just to get a programmed EEPROM sent to you. And then of course you could use that wireless remote controller. So there's several ways to program EEPROMs. Let me show you exactly what this thermostat does whenever we have an issue with an EEPROM. Look at this. Temperature on heating 99 degrees. I'm going to turn it down. 69. Watch what happens. Here we go. 99. Turn it back down. Oh, look at that. I wonder what could be wrong. AC. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's starting. Yes. And now the heat's on. Choose our temperature, 70. And it's working properly, like we want it to. Equipment's back up and running. I did the pipe check operation, so I just clicked that K1 tack switch one time, and I'm able to go through my trial operation. I'm able to monitor everything using SNET. It's so awesome. I love it. Fan RPMs. And then of course I can go up here and click help if I wanted to. And what that's going to do for me is that's going to give me my error codes. If I want to write my option, go to my indoor option writer. And I can use that code that I got from VRF Coder. Of course, I select my unit, ducted, and then go down here and write my product code in there, and then write right option. And that's how I do that. But definitely go check out my playlist. I have a video on how to work on mini splits and how they work. If you have not checked that video out, please do yourself a favor and go check that out. I give a detailed video on all the components and what they do, and then talk about different error codes that I've had in the field, and then pressures, temperatures, and just all that good stuff. When your EEPROM needs to be programmed, your thermostat can act crazy. So make sure you know how to program this EEPROM. That way you don't have thermostat problems or error codes. Go check out Samsung's website. There's a bunch of information, technical documents, service manuals. You can learn a lot about their equipment and be able to install it better in the field or service it better as a technician. Go check out my playlist, HVAC Tips for Technicians. If you want to see me use this tool more in the field to be able to write option codes or to be able to monitor the status of the equipment, the parameters, all that good stuff, check out my members only videos. If you want members only videos, content specifically done for you to help you, then I'm here to do that. Definitely, before you leave, hit the like button, subscribe, and that little bell, ding, so you are notified when I do more videos. I'm Tad. You've been watching HVAC Tips for Technicians, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.